Hey, y'all, it's Casey Hope from Pizzazz, and today I want to show you a little sneak peek into our Paint and Praise project, plus show you some of my go-to supplies. If you have been with us for a while, you've definitely heard of these, but I know that some of y'all are brand new to us, so I'm going to go over some of my favorite supplies and the supplies that we are using in this month's Paint and Praise project. So, what is Paint and Praise? If you are not familiar with that, that is our kind of lower end membership. So we have our big lettering club and we love the lettering club. We send happy mail to your door every single month, a box full of goodies, scripture cards, stickers, all the things. Then we do several lessons throughout the month. It's a lot of fun. But we know there are some of you who are like, oh, I want to do something like that, but I'm not ready to go all in for the lettering club. I would love one project a month. I think that's about all I could handle. And we get that. We hear you. And so our Paint and Praise membership, it's included in the lettering club, but it's also separate. So let's say you are like, I want to incorporate some painting and lettering into my life, but I just want, I've got all the supplies. I don't need anything sent to my house just yet. Not ready for that commitment, but I do want to paint once a month. And so that's what our our Paint and Praise membership is. It's a project, one project. It's not taught live. It's pre-recorded. You get to watch it on your own time. It's in your library. So as long as you're a member of the club, you get that project. And then also we do weekly devotions inside of our lettering club, and we kind of put those in a little library format for our Paint and Praise memberships too. So when you log into your library as a Paint and Praise member, you get the paint, and we go over different techniques every single month, and you also get the devotions that you can listen to just as encouragement. So that's a little bit about it. This month we are doing this one. I love it. Is anything too hard for the Lord? Now, this is on a 8x8 wood panel. So this is kind of what it looks like. You can grab these lots of places. Craft stores have them. Amazon has them. You can grab them all over. And we teach you how to do this fun abstract painting style and how to letter on top of it. So today I'm going to go over the supplies that we used for this, and for the lettering. And right here, you'll see that I just kind of went on the back side. This was a sample of one that we also did when we were teaching it. And I just kind of painted the back side because I'm going to show you how good these paint markers work on this, in case you are looking for a new favorite paint pen. For those of you who are not already in love with the Posca markers. So first up, let's go over what paints we used. So I love Americana Deco Art. That's that is our main paint brand that we use the majority of the time. If we're doing acrylic paint, we love Deco Art Americana. So we used white. So we got the titanium white. Now you would not need this big of a bottle for this project. This is just what we've got. So we've got our Americana white. This is our paint plate. Okay. So we use 4 colors plus our white. So we've got our white. I love this periwinkle, also by Americana. We've got the primary yellow. Again, don't need this big of a bottle. It's just, this is what we've got because we use it a lot. You could totally get away with just getting the smaller bottles for this project. Let's see. We've also got the Royal. Is this the one? Nope. I think I used dragon fruit. So dragon fruit. There's a couple of pinks that we really like. And I've got a couple on my desk. That's why I was doubting myself for a second. And then also just a little bit of the primary red. So these are the colors that we used in this piece. If you sign up to be a Paint and Praise member, we will walk you through exactly how to paint this background with this fun abstract way without making it muddy. A lot of times that is the problem when you've got a lot of different colors. You don't know where to start. You don't know which one to use first. You don't know when do you clean your brush, when do you not clean your brush. If you don't do things in the right order, you can get a lot of mud. So that's the paint that we used. And then the paint pens that we use for lettering, and that are also some of our favorite, are the Posca pens, Posca. Okay, now Posca pens are paint pens, and they are so good. They're just got excellent coverage. I find that I'm not like pumping them all the time. Yeah, you got to pump them to get started, but then they have a flow that is pretty consistent to where you're not having to constantly repump. And they come in different sizes. So you'll see the size right over here on the end, like right there. See that? So that's how it says 5M. That will show you the size. So the 5M is what we use a whole lot of times. It looks like this. And as you can see in this sample, that's what the purple lettering is. Okay. So there's this. Let me pull it up to here. The white is a little bit thinner. Okay. The white is also a great white. A lot of times you will have trouble sometimes with finding a good white paint pen that actually shows up. A lot of times whites will just look clear. It's like you will go on there and it looks like water coming out of the paint pens, but these whites are excellent paint pens. And this, if you will look again right here on the edge, is a 3M. So that's going to be a little bit smaller of a point for lettering. So I'm going to do a little something. I'm going to practice first on Bristol board, do a little lettering lesson here on Bristol board, and then I'm going to apply it to this pre-painted surface just to show you how good these markers go over our Deco Art paint on wood. Oh, some of it's still wet. I just painted this part this morning and it was just a quick little something. All right, so I'm going to take myself out of the camera. Going to move this on down. Let me turn a light on. See if that helps. Okay, so I am not going to do this whole phrase because this is what we walk you through inside of the Paint and Praise membership. But I do want to point out a few things inside of this, okay? One is that we varied up our font. So this top line is not any sort of cursive. It's straight up and down, okay? Second line, it's cursive. Third line, straight up and down lettering. Fourth line, cursive. Okay, do you see that? So swapping up the font is a fun, a little fun technique. Now, I feel like a lot of the times when I am lettering stuff, I don't know, it's a phrase that just is in my head all the time. And you will see this in my journals. You will see this in my messy writing, but just, yes, Lord. I think that is a good state of mind to stay in is yes, Lord. So we're going to letter yes, Lord on this, and then we're going to move it to here. So with yes, Lord, there are multiple ways that we could do this. We could, we just talked about swapping up the font. So you could swap up the font to where you did the top really like cursive and fun, like, let's see, really exaggerated curves. Maybe even, I wonder. So I did the yes like that. And then the second line could be, kind of straight up and down. So L-O-R-D. Okay. So that's one way to swap the font. And you don't have to swap the font. You could totally have both of these the same font. I'm just showing you some ideas here. There's not really a right or wrong. There's just lots of different options. Another way to do yes, Lord, is where the Lord could be the cursive and the yes filled in differently. So I could do, let's see. And we walk you through this a lot, slow inside of the tutorial. So let's say that I do Lord like this. I could do yes, kind of straight up and down. Let's see. Okay, so you see how same words, I just kind of swapped it around. And then let me think if there's another way that I want to do this just for options. Okay, another way you could do it is to swap up the font even within what you are lettering. So for example, I could start with a cursive L. Let me see, do I want to do that? Yeah. And then I could have an O and an R that were not cursive, that were just O, R. And then D could come back and be cursive. And it could be a different kind of, instead of this sort of a D, You could do the bottom part of the D and then have this little loop like this. Okay, so within this, we swapped up the font even within the words. And then maybe I'll just have yes a little bit smaller. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm thinking of multiple ways. I'm thinking, do I want to just have it right here, little and small? Do I want it to go across this whole top? There's not a right or wrong way. I'm just trying to think in my head what I want. Let's do this. I'm going to do it small, but I'm also going to have it kind of that curvy cursive. And then I'll have a little tail right there. Okay, so now you see I have 2 words, just 2 words, and I've thought about 3 different layouts. So from there, and there's more than this, there's a lot of other ways I could do this. This is just a good practice when you are first getting going on, of how you want to lay it out. So then you're just going to pick one. You pick the one that you like the best. And since I'm going to be doing it on this format, let me look and see which one I think fits this best. I think this top one fits this style of painting best. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this top one. Any of them would be fine. I'm going to pick the top one. And you can do it with pencil first if that makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. A lot of times it will make me feel a little bit more comfortable. And here we go. So I don't want this to take up the whole entire space, like from left to right. I just kind of want it to be here and here. So here we go. Okay, so there's my yes. And then, okay, and there's my Lord. So now I'm going to take my paint pen. I've already shaken it. I've already pumped it before. And I'm going to simply trace over what I just did. Okay, now I want to thicken the downstroke, so this is going to show up a little bit more. So we're going to thicken this. Do y'all see how good this Posca pen does on top? Again, this is Americana Deco Art acrylic paint on wood panel with Posca paint pens on top. I'm going to go ahead and just thicken this as I go, just so that it's a little bit thicker than just one line. Hey guys, I hope you can still hear me. My phone went out for a second. A call came in. If you are in the comments, let me know if you can still hear me, because anytime that happens and we black out for a second, sometimes you never know if I'm actually back or not. Okay, so I've gone back in with my Posca pen, but now I want to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm going to get my other smaller white. Okay, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so now I've got my white. And let's see here. I'm going to, there's a lot of empty space over here. So I really just want to kind of do some things to brighten it with my white. So I've got some lines here, got some lines there. I'll do some little dots. I can do little clusters of dots all over. Again, Posca pens, look at it. Do you see how good this white is? Do you see how good the white is? It is just a great paint pen that covers so well. Adding little accents here and there. And I think that's it. Okay, y'all. So I think this is, well, I said that. As soon as I say it, I'm like, oh, no, I want more. Okay, so I think this is it. So just want to show you a quick little something. Again, the full tutorial of this one, which is similar but not the same, the full tutorial of how we paint the background, going over this particular phrase and everything is inside of our Paint and Praise membership this month. So give it a try. Again, we are using this Americana Deco Art paint and Posca pens. Let me pull myself back up here. And anyway, I just and show y'all just a little something this morning. Also give you a peek inside what we're doing. If you are a club member, this is already in your library. If you're a Paint and Praise member or if you're a Lettering Club member, so y'all go check it out. New ones happening every single month. You get a new one. If you've got questions, if you're like, oh yeah, I think I would love to do that, let us know, and we can be sure to answer it. But this one's just a fun one to do. I love doing it on this little stand because not the stand, but this thickness of wood, because it's great just to like sit on a tabletop, a bookshelf, anything like that. So anyway, that is all for today. I hope y'all have a good day. I hope this has inspired you to maybe pick up some paints. All of this stuff can usually be found at your local craft store. If not, though, the big internet has all of it. Okay, so that is it for today. We will see y'all soon. See ya.